This video is one that I was very interested in reacting to because I'm not gonna lie, I have gotten my start at private servers in WoW. That's when I was first started playing. I played uh, Shadowlands private and I played Dragonflight private. Now, it was just because I wasn't doing content creation or anything like that. Like, I wasn't making any videos. So, to me, spending money on a sub or something like that didn't really like I didn't really care if I got the content a little later or anything like that, as long as I got the content. So I was happy just playing the game. But getting into YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that, I about guess like 4 or 5 months ago is when I started creating wild videos for YouTube, is because I didn't want to like risk streaming private on you well you can't on Twitch, right? So that's kind of why I switched to retail, is for content creation. Honestly, if I didn't start making any videos, I would not for the life of me think about buying WoW. That's just it. To be honest, that's just it. Like, I have no problem playing private servers. I have no problem not supporting Blizzard because I mean they've given people plenty of reasons not to support them. So I can understand how not wanting to pay for a sub 15, and obviously I'm strapped for cash just now too, so it's hard to pay, but yeah, not being a content creator, I can understand why. Now, the first thing I want to say is, yeah, look, like what WoW can learn from private servers. I just want to say one thing off the bat is things like these, the Unreal Engine stuff, that this is crazy cool. This is crazy that Turtle WoW is doing something like this. Obviously, they can learn this from them, making something like that. And I think the amount of experimentation that Blizzard has done with, like, what's it called? Season discovery, things like that. That's a good thing. But I think, yeah, a lot of stuff can be learned. So let's get into this video.
I think I'm about to give away an idea for free that could be worth a lot of money. But I'm just gonna say it, and you guys can tell me if you think it's stupid or genius in the comment section. But I do have to establish a couple of points first. But before I get into that, I also have to thank today's video sponsor, Displate. Displate, that's right. All right, fellas, let's talk about World of Warcraft private servers. Now, I know what you all are going to say. You're either going to say one of two things in the comments section. You're going to say private servers are bad, you shouldn't play on them because they break the user agreement for WoW, or you're going to say that...
Wait, was he talking?
Private servers, they're the best version of World of Warcraft to play on in 2023. Screw the modern game, screw Dragon...
Okay, so it's not that old of a video.
Flight, screw Wrath, who cares? I mean, there's private servers out there right now where you can literally be Naruto running around in the village hidden in the leaves. Yes, this is World of Warcraft that you are looking at right now. It might not look like it, but that's WoW. It's insane what people have come up with. Now, Blizzard has had a history.
The coolest one for me is, what's it called? I can't remember what the private server is. But the concept where, like, there's no classes and everybody can just get each skill, I think that's freaking cool.
Of being at odds with private servers, the people who play on them, and their creators. It's a history that has not always been good on Blizzard's side of things, however. Case in point, Nostalrius. Who could forget? It was a classic WoW private server that was blowing up and becoming so big back in 2016 that Blizzard had to take it down. And doing so, it led to one of the biggest backlashes against Blizzard in their history, to the point that they had to invite the Nostalrius team to the Blizzard offices to talk with them. Hundreds of thousands of people signed a petition for dedicated classic WoW servers hosted by Blizzard themselves.
Over 230,000 signatures.
And here we...
Oh yeah, that was the guy who found the... They said that they couldn't do it, and then some guy found it on his hard drive or something. Yeah, that was crazy.
We are today. We got the Wrath of the Lich King servers. We got the classic servers. We got these servers because of that whole dang drama. And it probably wasn't even necessary. Now look, you might not like private servers.
You think you want it, but you don't.
But they can
Oh,
definitely show
man.
people a window into what exactly the
Classic.
WoW player population is craving from the game. Because after all, who knows more about what
I don't know what they're craving because, to be honest, this is going to be a little controversial. But classic players, I think, want retail. And what I mean by this is you look at a classic player's HUD. They're using Questly. Literally an arrow that marks them to where to go. They're using Zygor, Rested XP. That's basically a checklist. You go here, and then when your bar reaches, half of a bar left, you abandon that quest because at this quest the dragon's going to spawn, so you can't proceed further. And then you take the griffin to Northshire, you accept this quest, you proceed to 5 steps into that quest, and it's basically like a thing that tells them what to do. And you look at these like classic players screens and they look exactly like retail. They have markers on the screen, they have all these like convenient add-ons, and it's like you're playing classic, you're playing an older version of the game, but you're basically making it more streamlined. It's so weird, man.
they want from a video game. The customer, the guy buying the game and playing it for hours on end, or the developers who spend millions of dollars each year just desperately trying to figure out what they can do next and what will make their customer happy. Sometimes that money spent pays off and you get expansions like Legion. Other times you get garbage like the Garrison system. And is this really a good investment of money on Blizzard's part? We're building up to something. So what are private servers currently showing in relation to the greater World of Warcraft community? Just out of curiosity, let's talk about that real fast. I'm not going to name any specific server names, but there certainly has been a lot of buzz lately in relation to some WoW private servers. Almost as much as there was for Nostalrius back in the day before it was shut down by Blizzard. Let's talk about 3 servers real fast, just 3. Not the Naruto one. We've given that one enough time. Let's talk about 3 others. To start,
Brother, I want to go to. No, I don't want to go to Naruto. But yeah, man, I'm gonna say the one. Probably he's gonna mention Turtle, the one that lets you. I think it's called Ascension, and then I don't know which other one.
off, first of all, we have seen that there is certainly an interest in classic World of Warcraft Plus content, considering that one of the most popular private servers around right now themes itself on this very premise. It's a server whose entire idea revolves around continuing where classic World of Warcraft left off, but not with Burning Crusade, but by adding additional features to the old Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor world. More quests, races, dungeons, zones, and so on and so forth, just building upon classic. I cannot even go live on YouTube or Twitch without people talking about this server and other servers in my chat box. People love classic, and they clearly want classic plus. I've made videos about Classic Plus here on this channel, and they got a lot of
Population
interest. So
brag.
something to consider, Blizzard. Let's talk about our second server. You also have servers like this one, whose entire premise is classless World of Warcraft and more. So instead of you choosing a classic character creation, instead as you level up, you choose your own abilities. This on top of finding
it'd be sweet. That would be awesome. You could have, man, that'd be cool to make a pet one. You would have your pet, and then you could have the warlock pet. Like, that's what I would do. 100%.
magically enchanted gear around Azeroth, entirely new spells, updated dungeons, raids. They even added 21 new classes to the game on a separate server. High
how
risk
could they add
PvP where you
classes
drop
if
gear
there's
on death and more.
classes?
It is insane. Like, and this is a server that's been around for the past 7-something years, and Blizzard has not touched it, despite their insane marketing team on YouTube, Facebook, the fact thousands of people play on this server. Honestly, I think Blizzard hasn't touched this server because they themselves play on it. I genuinely think that. But that's just me. Lastly, we have the third server, one whose reputation was mostly among role players. But imagine a World of Warcraft server where you could quite literally change and build the world as you saw fit. Create new towns, cities, locations to explore, and then invite people onto your version of World of Warcraft so that people can roleplay with you in this world and it's all fleshed out in like your own creative way. The creativity of some of the player base on this private server is insane, despite the fact they were just forced to make all this stuff using already existing WoW doodads. It is
That sounds
insane what
so
these people
cool.
have conjured out of their own creativity and what they have done with the World of
What the
Warcraft
hell?
to bring it to life in new ways. Is it a surprise at all why people are so obsessed with
Wait,
WoW?
what?
Is it a surprise at all?
What the hell? That looks so cool. What am I running? What is happening? Why am I running at such a low quality? What's
To
happening?
bring it to life in new ways? Is it a surprise at all why people are
Damn.
so obsessed with WoW private servers and why they love them so much and why they love this sort of
What are you doing after this? You wanna get out of here, ladies?
modding community that creates these things and lets players, play on these realms. Now look, I'm not here to advertise private servers, but I'm here to make a point. So first of all, players want
He's not here to advertise private server.
something different from World of Warcraft every now and then, and from Blizzard themselves. In many respects,
But I mean, do they? Because they make a fresh they make a fresh classic WoW server and everybody just hops right back on to play the same game. So I don't know if they really do want different things.
players are tired of the same old systems. They want something new, like being able to create your own classless character, or even having
Yeah,
the
that'd be
entire
cool.
World of Warcraft at your fingertips to rearrange as you see fit, like a giant world building simulator. And even the players who, they're hungry for more of the tested, tried and true method of quest, dungeon, raid, get some gear occasionally, whatever. Many players, they don't want that experience in some new expansion or new location. They want the lands that they already know and love, updated with more content, quests, expansions upon the lore, and so on and so forth. And so in a nutshell, what could Blizzard learn from these private servers and others like them? I'm going to tell you in one simple statement, and it's this. Why not let the players create their own ways of having fun with World of Warcraft? But how? How would you do this? Because again, Blizzard and private servers, they do not mesh. These communities, they do not like each other often. All right, so look, I've had this idea.
I don't think the problem that they don't like each other. I think it's just like they're just not willing to spend money on Blizzard products. It's like what Gabe Newell said, like you have to make it like hard for them to pirate and stuff, and it's just Blizzard made it easy but to pirate because they're just releasing subpar content, and things like Turtle WoW, they're releasing better products. Like, yeah, it's just a continuation of classic. And would you rather play the same fresh server over and over again, or would you rather play something that's like built upon that premise? I don't know, man. And then like the big streamers, of course, they can't, because if you're streaming on Twitch or maybe YouTube, probably not YouTube, because I mean I've seen a million streams about private servers on YouTube, but on Twitch, right? Someone like the biggest WoW streamer on Twitch currently can't just, oh, I want to go play this private server right now, so they kind of stuck playing the same classic over and over again, unless it's like season discovery. And then again, that really didn't last too long, right? Not much buzz about it currently.
The back of my mind for several years now. Maybe you guys are going to think it's dumb. I'm just going to put it out there and I'm going to see what the comment section says. And if this video does well,
Let's
great.
see.
If it doesn't, whatever. Think Minecraft realms. You pay a small fee each month, you invite people to come and play on your server, and Mojang hosts the entire thing for you from their own server network, instead of you having to go through the hassle of, trying to find someone or some website to host your server for you instead. I've always wondered, whenever I've seen this animosity between Blizzard and like private server creators and communities, why doesn't Blizzard just do something like this to help continue the longevity of World of Warcraft? Think Skyrim for a second, think Bethesda, how they have these Elder Scrolls games and they always give out their modding tools to their communities saying, Well, let's just see what you guys create. What if Blizzard did this? What if Blizzard just gave the community, whoever wanted it, their own creation tools to make WoW realms like the private servers we see today? Imagine entire community-driven teams making servers that are hosted.
I don't know about that, because then, well, you'd have to pay for a sub, and then you'd have to pay for a server as well, too. Like, I'm just confused, or is this within the sub? Like, anybody can do it? I'm just like
By
that's what
Blizzard,
I'm thinking
where
of. He's like, the money. Okay, you're already paying $15 a month or whatever. Is this going to be on top of that $15? Is it going to be included? Like,
okay, yeah, we got a server where you can choose abilities whenever you level up. It's a full classless realm. Or a server that updates the old vanilla world to include new content. Even a server where everybody's a GM and can build Azeroth the way they see fit, just like those 3 private servers I mentioned above. I mean, dude, even us content creators, myself included, we could use these types of servers as like a private place to record our own content, summon NPCs for shots, so on and so forth. So like with Minecraft, players would just pay a fee up front each month to have their server hosted by Blizzard. But of course there would be a cap on how many players could be on the server. Maybe in the beginning there's a cap of a dozen or maybe 40
just
players that would
having to spend money to create your own server. But if you don't create your own server, then you just have to pay for a sub. Is that what he's talking about?
WoW raid team. That's just $10 or maybe $15 a month. But if you want to increase your player cap of your server to dozens, hundreds, or thousands of players, the monthly cost just keeps going up. So Blizzard, I mean, why not? Just let people create their own servers using your tools. Let them make websites promoting the server.
But the problem with that is, then if someone plays on a private server, whatever, you want to call these servers official, modded server, whatever, and the admin of that server just stops updating, people are just gonna stop playing WoW. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this server that I liked, was updating regularly, and then, the guy got busy, couldn't pay for it. And like, yeah, excuse me, what happens if you're playing and someone that's paying for a server stops paying for it? Then, and that's like your favorite server. Like, you're like very excited, you're very invested, you love this server very much, you vibe with all the ideas of the guy that made it, and then, for whatever reason, life happens and he can't afford this extra $15 a month, and then this server goes down. What happens to those players? It's like things like that when they're player funded and player like driven, yeah, there are things like that will pop up with it. So I don't know about that, because those are the type of things that are just automatically going to make players leave if that happens. If the server you're playing on stops updating, the admin can't pay for the server, and you're like, one day you load up WoW and you can't play Max's, Funhouse Museum server, then you're like, well, I don't want to play any of these other servers. I'm just going to cancel my WoW subscription.
Servers they've created. Blizzard, you guys host the realms. The server's creator could create some sort of donation system where people could donate to keep the servers going, like a tip system. I mean, this is what people do, like with add-on creators over on Curse. You can tip the people that make the WoW add-ons. Wouldn't this potentially bring back like a lot of players to the game, especially if you've got teams of people creating these incredible WoW realms like the private servers we see today that offer a completely unique World of Warcraft experience? I would love to be able to log into the community realms and see what people have created. Sort by popularity, look at the descriptions, what do the realms offer, whatever, check out the realms website. Be cool. To my knowledge, this would be a one-of-a-kind thing in the MMORPG world. I mean, what other MMO has done?
I mean, I can understand the whole vibe of it, but I just don't know some of the times. And then if you're sorting by popular, it's like Twitch, the person that gets the first slot Then the person gets second, third, fourth. Everybody clicks that top row, and like nobody scrolls down. So it's like I can see a lot of people just getting frustrated and being like, I took a lot of time to, buy this server and nobody plays on it. And I could see how that would frustrate people as well.
Done this. Maybe one has, but I'm not aware of one. I mean, maybe, I don't know. And look, I understand that Blizzard is a company and they need to make money from this and make it worth their while. So I'm sitting here thinking, well, people would be paying monthly to have their servers up, potentially a lot of money each month if the server was big enough. Blizzard could even create a system within the server tools where a creator could, if they wanted to, they could offer a pay-to-win system or cosmetic stuff on their servers. And Blizzard would just get a
What? You want pay to win to be okay? I
cut
don't
of
know
any
about that, man.
transaction made on any server. I feel like it's an idea that certainly could take time to set up on Blizzard's part, but it's so simple that I've sat here for years wondering, why hasn't Blizzard done this? It could be that it's way too expensive to offer something like this on Blizzard's end. It also
I get where it's coming from. It's like Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike. You go to the map server and then you go to community servers and they have like two fort, but it's five forts. And like that's cool, but like I just don't know how that would be implemented, how the player population would work. And then Blizzard probably would be worried that it would drive people away from the official servers. Like there's just a lot of things. And like, it probably won't as well as you get to understand is that would cut into um the shop. If you could have a server that just gives you a hippogriff with big massive, flames or whatever, and they sell that one on the shop for $70 and the server's just modding it in for free. Like I can understand, oh, the player doesn't need to buy it or whatever. Give everybody a Brachiosaurus with the auction cart in the mailbox. Your custom server has that things. He says any items, but you could just have a server with all legendaries, like, and then if you start restricting, okay, your private server can only have these set items on it, then you're restricting players' choice. And it's like, well, I don't. It's like, well, you can have your server, you can pick from any item, build anything, but you can't like give you players Brachiosaurus.
could be that Blizzard doesn't want, their like content creation tools out in the public. I don't know. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
pride. I mean, seriously, it could be. Imagine a World of Warcraft where the official Blizzard servers have a lower population than some fan-made community server. Imagine that. I mean, what would that say about Blizzard as a company? That would be wild. But then Blizzard could just talk to those guys and say, hey, you want to come work for Blizzard officially and bring some of your ideas into the main game? I mean, I don't know. I don't see any cons to this other than it might cost a lot of money to set up initially. But talk about just expanding the longevity of the game like Skyrim. And anyway, over the years of playing World of Warcraft, I have watched and witnessed this division between Blizzard and the private server community and the people who make private servers. And it's a division that I feel like it doesn't need to be there. I feel like if Blizzard just maybe changed their strategy on how they approached this particular issue, like, okay, community created content using World of Warcraft assets, if they change their strategy with this, I feel like it could potentially just boom their community so much and create this one-of-a-kind MMO community experience. But I don't know, that's just a random idea that I've...
I don't know that the people dislike Blizzard they're gonna even want to do that. And it's like I feel if okay they did this and then Turtle WoW just went randomly. Let's just say they do that, and Turtle WoW, okay, we're now going merging into Blizzard. Then they'd be expecting people to pay $15 a month for their content. That would upset a lot of people. How dare you do this to our server? Like you sold out. It'd just be like, I don't know.
had, and I've been thinking about it a lot more recently since you guys have been talking about turtle clubs and classless stuff and roleplay stuff in my chats and the comment sections, whatever. Just a thought, guys. So I don't know, you guys can tell me that you think that idea is dumb down in the comment section, and you might be like, wow, it's so simple, it's genius. Either way, guys, thank you for watching the video. And Blizzard, if you take this idea and you're like, wow, that's a really good idea, I can't believe we never thought about that, we're gonna do this. I will, we'll get in contact. You can send me a small check in the mail, okay? You can pay off my medical bills for me, all right? I got like 16,000 in debt right now, so you want to send me 16 grand? Really appreciate it. Thanks, Blizzard. They're not going to do that.
I mean, yeah. So, yeah, not a bad idea, but I just wouldn't see it being implemented at all in any sort of way. But that was a good video. Have to check more
I
of them
think I'm
out,
about
but
to give
yeah, not a bad idea. I just don't see it ever being implemented. But not bad.